Hello, I am Heather, and I am going to do my first video on my top 10 tips for a vacation at Walt Disney World. Tip number 1. Know what you want to do and plan accordingly. Yay! Basically what that means is know which rides and shows and whatnot that you would definitely have to get done on this trip. If it is a popular thing, know that it's going to have a very, very long line, especially during the summer and holiday seasons. Have a list. My suggestion would be to have a list of things that you definitely have to get done, and then things that you would like to get done, but if you don't, it's okay, and things that you actually don't care anything about. And plan, of course, around the things that you definitely want to get done, and in between those times you can fit in things that you want to get done, but it's okay if you don't, and you may even have to throw in some things that you don't care about, just because everything else has such a long line, and you're waiting for something that you really want to get done. So you have a fast pass for Space Mountain, but it's not for a couple hours, but you have a dinner reservation in 45 minutes, and nothing has a queue that short except for maybe Small World or the Swiss house, Family Robinson house, or something that is not as popular, so you can go do that while you're waiting. Alright, number 2, stay hydrated. That is a very important tip during the summer. It gets very, very hot in Central Florida and very humid. Not everybody is used to humidity. Basically, what I feel like humidity is it feels like you can swim through the air. The air is thick and just sticky and gross, and it makes it feel even hotter than it actually is. So make sure you either bring water or are prepared to buy water or Gatorade or something that'll actually hydrate you and not just a quick, cold liquid. Because in all actuality, while yes, carbonated beverages are delicious and yummy, they're not going to hydrate you. They're just going to make it worse. So you can have those, but definitely make sure you're drinking the water, the Gatorade, the Powerade, something to hydrate you. Also, along with that, make sure you're having bottles. While yes, you can get free cups of water at Disney, you are going to have to throw those away once you actually get on a ride. If you have bottles, then you could just throw them in your bag while you're on the road and then continue drinking after you get off. Alright, number 3. If you want a good spot for a parade or fireworks show, make sure you get there early, because all good spots are going to be taken. People get there an hour and a half to 2 hours before whatever event that is you're trying to see, and they just sit there and wait. So if you want a good spot, that is what you're going to have to do as well. If you get there 30 minutes, you may find a decent spot, but if you get there 15, 10 minutes, 5 minutes before, you're not going to get a good spot. There's no way. People, like I said, line up forever. And if there is a spot that looks like it's a good spot, it's not going to be a parade viewing spot. It's probably an emergency walkway, which you don't need to stand in. Those cast members are going to make you move, so don't yell at them for making you move, because that is their job, and that is an emergency exit, so that way if there's an emergency, the paramedics or security or whoever can get through to get where they need to go. So make sure you don't stand in the emergency exit and you get there early so you can find a good spot. Alright, number 4, if you don't happen to want to go to these parades and fireworks I was talking about, that is the best time to go see the characters and ride the popular rides. Because of course, most people do want to see those parades and fireworks, so they're going to be watching them. That is your best time to go ride the popular rides and meet the popular characters, because their lines are going to be so much shorter. Alright, number 5 is rider swap. What rider swap is, if you don't know, is if you have children that are too short to ride the ride, you can get a rider swap pass, and so that way somebody can stay with the child while everybody else goes and rides, and then when they're done riding, the person that stays with the child has a child swap ticket or rider swap ticket, and they get to go up through the fast pass. Which brings me to another point I forgot to mention earlier. Know the height requirements for the rides you want to ride, and if your children are too short or tall enough to ride, so you have to know your children's height and height requirements. They are listed online, so be sure and look those up so that way you know beforehand if your child is going to be able to ride or not, and then if they're not, you can make use of the rider swap passes. Okay, number 6, be prepared for rain. This is Central Florida and it rains every day. So if you don't want to get wet, bring something to help you not get wet, like a rain jacket or a poncho or an umbrella. Or just prepare to run inside real quick. Also know, with rain comes thunderstorms a lot of the times. And if there is if there's lightning within so many miles of the parks, then all outside attractions are going to be closed. This is for your safety, so that way nobody gets struck by lightning. So just be prepared for rides to be closed during the storm. And contrary to popular belief, Disney does not control the weather, so cast members have no idea how long until the ride opens back up because they don't know how long the storm is going to last. So be sure and be smart. Alright, number 7 is trading pins. Yay! If you don't know about this, they are trading pins. I have some here to show you. Here's one with Scar and his hyenas. Here is a Y. This is a set of the alphabet. Here's Y for Yzma. And here are some other ones. I don't know, I really know. I just have them. And then here's a cute little Mickey with the Disneyland castle. So trading pins are a fun thing to do. Most cast members, especially at merchandise locations, not attractions though, they won't have them, but they will have a lanyard or a little pouch on their hip with trading pins on it, and you can go up and you can buy a starter kit, and then you can trade. You can see if you like anything they have and trade something you don't want for something they have. And young children love to do this, so you can just go buy them a cheap little starter set that they don't really care about, some things they don't care about, and then they can go up to cast members and just trade away, and it's so fun. But as I said, like this one, this Y, they do have sets, a lot of sets, and a lot of people like to collect the sets. So you can get, you know, say this Y from one cast member, and then Z from another one, and then you know, P from somewhere else. So just keep an eye if you do want to collect sets. Look them up online so you can find out what sets there are and what you want, and be prepared to look for them. You may find them, you may not. Next is 8. Fast Pass. I mentioned this a few times and not everybody knows what it is, so I'm going to quickly go over. Fast Pass is, they don't have it for all the rides, but if they do, that is a separate entrance. So, and it prints you out a little ticket. And what you do is you take your park ticket that you used to get in the park and you go to a Fast Pass machine. Now, the Fast Pass machine may be at the ride or it may not be. For example, Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid, their Fast Pass machines are not by the ride at all. They are over by Mickey's PhilharMagic. So, yet Rock and Roller Coasters are right beside the ride. And so are Big Thunder Mountains. So just figure out, first of all, where the Fast Pass machines are located. And then you're going to get your little park ticket and stick it into the machine in the little slot that says to stick it in there. And then it will print you out a Fast Pass with 2 return times. You can return between this time and this time. Usually, most of the time, it's going to be an increment of an hour. And it's always labeled around the area what that is currently printing Fast Pass times for. So if you have a dinner reservation or you don't want to stay that late or whatever, don't get the Fast Pass. Easy. Just don't get it. There's no use. They're not going to let you go in early. If you get a Fast Pass and you'll be like, oh, I don't want to stay this late, or I have a dinner reservation for this time, that's your fault. You shouldn't have got a Fast Pass for that time. And the popular rides, their Fast Passes are going to go out pretty quickly. So if you get a fast pass at 10 o'clock in the morning, it could be your return time could not be till 5 o'clock that night or even later. So just be mindful of the times, and you can only return between the first time and the second time listed. Anytime between that. Don't come back before, they're not going to let you in, and don't come back after. They're not going to let you in after either. So remember that. Alright, number 9 is extra magic hours. If you don't know what this is, each park has extra magic hours, one in the morning and one at night, and they're on different days. There's one each day for whatever park. It's either an hour early, the park opens an hour early in the morning, or an hour, stays open an hour later at night. And extra magic hours are for Walt Disney World Resort guests only. So the people that are actually staying in the resorts, the Disney resorts, only they can use extra magic hours. So if you are staying in one, then it is a good time to go to the parks, because not as many people are going to be there, and the queues are going to be so much shorter, and you can get so much more done even in that hour. So definitely make use of the extra magic hours. Along with this, if you're staying on property or off property, my best advice to you would be to go early in the morning and then go back to your hotel in the middle of the day. That is the hottest part of the day, and it's the busiest part of the day. So to avoid the heat and the larger crowds, definitely go back to your hotel, relax, take a nap, with the kids take a nap, maybe hang out by the pool, get some nice lunch, just chillax, and then you can go back to the parks during the evening when it's starting to cool off and people are starting to leave a little, not as much, but still, and it'll be much better because you will be rested. So by the end of the day, you're not completely exhausted, your feet aren't killing you, and all that. So definitely do that. And number 10, my last one. Cast members are people. They do have feelings, so treat them like human beings. They are not droids. They do have feelings, so if you yell at them, they're not gonna like that. Do you like people yelling at you? I don't think so. If you were at work and somebody started yelling at you about your job, something you can't control, are you gonna want to help them? No. So definitely be nice to your cast members, because they're definitely going to be a lot more willing to help you if you are nice to them, no matter how mad you are. A lot of times what you're yelling at them about, they can't help. They're just doing their job, following the rules that they were told, and you can't break the rules. They're there for a reason. So stop yelling at your cast members for things that they can't control. They are human. They don't like to be yelled at, just like you don't like to be yelled at. So just don't yell at them. But most of all, just have fun. Disney is a magical place, and just love the magic, breathe in the magic, feel the magic. Just have fun. Love it. Smile. Smile at everybody. Smile at strangers. I don't care if you're from the south, the north, another country, wherever. Even if everybody around you, where you're normally from, is rude, they to themselves, nobody. You're at Disney World. Everybody is nice. Well, not everybody's nice, but smile at everybody. Be magical. You know, if you see somebody, you know, smile at them. Do nice things for other people. It'll come back to you. Karma. Alright, well, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. I will be making more videos soon. Bye.